The story of Kolkata's Nirbhaya, the rape and murder of a young lady doctor at the RG Kar Medical College and Hospital, deserves to be listed in the form of every single horror that has taken place. So I'm going to simply list everything from beginning to end to tell you what this story is really all about. Listen carefully, viewer, as I list them one by one. Horror number 1, bleeding from both eyes. Horror number 2, bleeding from the mouth. Horror number 3, bleeding from the vagina. Horror number 4, deep wound in vagina due to perverted sexuality. Horror number 5, genital torture. Horror number 6, nose and mouth clamped. Horror number 7, head smashed on wall or floor to prevent her from screaming. Horror number 8, throat strangled to suffocate. Thyroid cartilage broken due to strangulation. Horror number 10, injury on the lip. Horror number 11, scratches on the face. Injuries on face and nail, injuries on the left leg, injury on the neck. Horror number 15, police declared death by suicide initially. Horror number 16, principal blamed the victim, linked the death to psychosis. Principal suspended after pressure from protesting doctors. Horror number 19, suspended principal immediately reinstated. Horror number 20, accused apparently addicted to violent porn. Horror number 21, accused of womanizer, charged with domestic violence. 21 points out of a literally limitless list of horrifying facts in a case that isn't getting the kind of national attention that it should. Leave it to doctors who are now on the warpath, demanding protection, demanding attention, and demanding answers from the Mamata Banerjee government. The CBI has taken over the case now, but as I've just listed for you, it has taken days and at least 21 of these horrific realities for this story to finally become front and center.
Doctors on the road demanding justice for the 31-year-old PG trainee raped and murdered inside a Kolkata hospital. The Calcutta High Court has transferred the investigation in the case to the CBI. The court has directed the police to hand over the CCTV footage and statements collected so far to the central agency. It has also directed Dr. Sandeep Ghosh, the former principal of RG Kar Hospital, to go on indefinite leave. The court questioned the Mamata Banerjee government's decision to appoint Dr. Ghosh as principal at another medical college.
हम चाहते हैं immediately जैसे भी हो प्रमाण at least immediate judiciary inquiry करके इसका adequate proof लेके accused को पकड़ा जाए and exemplary punishment दे जाए.
More gory details of the crime have emerged from the autopsy report. The post-mortem indicates that the victim was killed by throttling and smothering. Report says that genital torture caused injuries in private parts of the victim. A hair clip was found near her vagina. The report says victim's mouth and throat were constantly pressed to prevent her from screaming. There were severe wounds on the victim's stomach, legs, lips and neck. There was severe bleeding from the eyes and mouth of the victim. The autopsy also mentions deep nail marks on the body and the presence of a broken spectacle and jeans worn by the victim near the body. India Today has exclusively accessed details of the confession allegedly made by the civic volunteer. Sanjay Roy, the prime suspect, during interrogation allegedly told the police to hang him for the crime. Sources say the accused is a trained boxer with a tendency of physical abuse. Roy has a history of domestic violence. He allegedly used to physically abuse his mother, sister and his wives. Sources say Roy was allegedly addicted to disturbing and violent pornography. He had allegedly got drunk and watched porn before committing the rape and murder. The probe has revealed that after committing the crime, Roy returned to the police barracks and slept there. The suspect, a civic volunteer hired by the cops, used to stay in the barracks. The horrific rape and murder has triggered massive nationwide outrage. With Suryagini Roy, Anirban and Rajesh Saha in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today.
So here are the immediate questions that probably come to your mind as well, viewer, after watching this story, after seeing all those horrors that I listed. Number one, why was this crime mysteriously branded as suicide by a psychotic student? Why did that happen? Number two, why was there no background check on this accused, who, if you can believe it, is a police volunteer? The man who committed this crime is a civilian police volunteer with the Kolkata police. Number three, is there an attempt to show a lone accused in order to negate a probe into a possible gang rape? Multiple indicators suggest that Sanjay Roy was not the only person involved in this crime and that it could have been a ghastly gang rape. Number four, was an alcohol theory added in order to somehow dilute the crime, make it seem like the people were not in their senses and therefore try and water it down somewhat? And number five, why did the Mamata government reappoint the suspended principal of RG Kar Medical College and Hospital to another prestigious institute immediately after suspending him within hours? Does this not smack of a VIP shield for this principal? He took moral responsibility and he quit. He was suspended. And then just hours later, he is appointed as principal of another prestigious medical college and hospital. What does that say about the credibility of the Mamata Banerjee government in West Bengal in investigating crimes of this kind? I'm joined now by India Today's Suryagini Roy. He's live from the RG Kar Medical College in Kolkata. Ritik Mondal is also live from the same location. Suryagini, quickly coming to you first. The case has now been transferred to the CBI. At what point in this investigation did the Kolkata police finally reach before it had no choice but to hand over the case to the CBI?
Well, Chief, before answering your question, I need to show you something and all our viewers. Yeah. There's a poster over here. It's the first of this kind that we have seen because we are covering it from Friday. This is the first poster that we're seeing. It says Justice for Abhaya, like it's taking a cue from the horrific Nirbhaya case. This one is a horrific case as well. So it's the movement has a name right now, which was not really present a couple of hours back. So this has, garnered a lot of attention over here. Secondly, what is very important to show that the students are protesting over here. These are college students, these are doctors. It's a completely apolitical one. And on my right, outside the gates, are the political parties which are coming and, protesting. What is very interesting is that political colors are not being entertained inside the campus. Now, coming back to your question, the Kolkata police had arrested one individual. They, what we know is that they were on the verge of doing a DNA test to match whether this particular person, Sanjay Rai, if he was the main culprit or not, or whether there were other people involved in this particular gruesome incident.
Yes.
There's another thing that, multiple people were being summoned, some were being cross-examined as well. So the Kolkata police was, they were investigating. However, what is important to state is that this investigation, the High Court was not really happy with the pace of this investigation that the Kolkata police was doing. And that was also a major reason, if we just read the observations that the High Court had made today, is also one major reason to let this case go to the CBI. Back to you.
Absolutely. And the authorities got a huge bashing in the Kolkata High Court today. Ritik Mondal is also live with me. Ritik, those protests appear to be intensifying. What's going on around you?
Right, let me show you what exactly happening. We can see that opposition, very, very noted face of film fraternity has just joined the protest over here at RG Kar Medical College and Hospital. We can see the citizen forum are on the street. They are staging protests demanding justice, and now we can see that opposition has just arrived over here to show the solidarity to the protesting doctors and junior doctors. Get her voice, ma'am. The way protest is going on. How do you see, ma'am? Very big incident unfolded in Kolkata. That with in a chaotic situation now, Aparna Shin is heading towards the Arjikor Medical College and Hospital, where the junior doctors and resident doctors are staging protests and dharna for a long day now. We can see the Citizen Forum is conducting this rally to show the solidarity over this issue. Now, Aparna Shin, a very noted face of Indian film industry, have just arrived over here to show the solidarity, but we can see a huge police bandobast has been done. Police barricades are being done over here to prevent such entrance of such protesters or such citizens. We can see a huge gathering at this point in time in front of the Arjikor Medical College. On the other side, you can see, if we can ask my camera person to pan his camera and show how the resident doctors and junior doctors are staging protest dharna inside the hospital premises. Now we are given to understand this particular rally is being called by the Citizen Forum, and many eminent personalities like Aparna Shin have arrived over here to show solidarity. Now police is making a way for her to go inside. Amid this situation, a thorough police arrangement has been done over here. Remember, several people are arriving in daily basis. During these days, we can see a scuffle has been broke out. A very difficult situation, I believe. Aparna Shin is going inside the hospital premises. She gonna meet the protesters because there was a long demand, a huge change has been made today when the Calcutta High Court handed over the probing, in charge of the probing to the CBI, the central agency, and it was a long demand by the protesting doctors. Many people and many forum across the length and breadth of the society, they also hit the street and stage dharna, rallies, marches in and around Arjikor and Shambajar area. Now it's a big boost for the protesters when Aparna Shin, someone like Aparna Shin arrives and shows solidarity. I will definitely try to get her voice once again.
Cameras trained on your frame, Ritik. We can see Aparna Sen, the famous legendary actor who has arrived at the Arjikor Medical College and Hospital to lend her support and solidarity with the protesting doctors and students there. Let's see if she's going to speak.
I believe it's some time from now. The stage has been set up for her speech. We can see that the doctors and police are arranging ways for her, and I believe she gonna address the media in a short while from now. Remember, this is the place where the entire episode has unfolded, and this is the place where doctors and particularly junior doctors have been staging dharna demanding justice for the 31-year-old junior doctor, their fellow colleagues. She was brutally raped and murdered inside this hospital, and now we can see that several forum are staging, are showing solidarity, and now Aparna Shin is meeting the protesting doctors, and it's a big boost, I believe, because in last couple of days several people came here, and even several political parties, be it the BJP or the left, but the protester did not allow any political banner inside this hospital compound. But when citizens like Aparna Shin and others, they have arrived, so it's a big boost, I believe. So they are meeting with the protesting doctors. So Remember, today's Calcutta High Court verdict has come as a big boost for the protesters as well. It was a long demand because there were several demands, including the CBI probe, a thorough judicial inquiry, and as well as the removal of all higher authorities and officials of the related to Arjikar Medical College Hospital. One after another, several demands have been made. Many have been shunted out from their posts, but what we can see, that is not going to die down anger among the doctors, and it's only spreading across other government-run hospitals in West Bengal, in and around Kolkata. And now we can see, let me cut across to this visual once again for our viewership, when Aparna Sen and many other noted personalities of Kolkata, they have gathered over here to show the solidarity. I believe they're going to address the media sometime after, and now currently she is speaking to the protesting women doctors and medical staffs at Arjikar Medical College hospitals. You can see the banners and posters in which the demands are being raised. Now this makeshift stage has been set up. It's a dharna manch they are calling, and it's for last 5 days. They are raising their voice. They are raising their demands for justice for last 5 days. And now we can see amid the situation, a huge police arrangement. The security has been increased, and can see that the Citizen Forum and Aparna Sen is meeting with the doctors, and I will definitely try to get her. I believe. Let me show you now. She went inside. If our camera can pan and show, let's zoom in and show to our viewers that how Aparna Sen is, speaking to the protesting doctors. Well, she also sat on the stage where the doctors are protesting. I can see that she is speaking to the doctors and protesters. I believe that you're going to address the media after. Ma'am, I want to ask you that when several people are
not answering any question, please stay back.
How do we see when someone like Aparna Sen is arriving?
Angry, Ritik, I can understand that. We can understand that. That's okay. The students and the doctors, they have every right to be upset and angry and emotional. This is a extremely demanding time for them. The national spotlight is on them, and we're going to keep it on them. We understand their emotions, their anger, their frustration. Sometimes it comes out at the media as well. Sometimes that's understandable. But we will continue to keep our gaze focused on this story. Here are images coming in from Kolkata of doctors protesting as well. And remember, it's not just in Kolkata. Protests have erupted nationwide by doctors against the Kolkata rape horror incident, with doctors from across the country demanding justice, demanding a specific law that keeps them safe, the safety of healthcare workers in different parts of the country. This is a story that has gone beyond Kolkata now. Take a look. Outraged, pained, distressed. From Delhi to every state capital, doctors halting services that are not emergency. They're demanding justice for the postgraduate lady doctor who was raped and brutally murdered.
On second day, resident doctors of AIIMS are protesting against horror of Kolkata doctor. Right now you can see straight from the visuals how they are gathered in the jail and auditorium, and they are protesting against what had happened in the Arjikar hospital. I'm joining with some of protesting doctors. Even Mamata Banerjee also agreed for the CBI inquiry. Then why you all people are protesting?
See, one is that it is one of our demands, but all our demands have not been met. But I won't say that that demand is fully met, because you see that the CBI inquiry is supposed to be made after Sunday, right? And a lot can happen with each passing day. A lot of tempering of evidence can happen.
The doctors of Unmasks here in Bengaluru are protesting against the rape case that happened in the Kolkata hospital, seeking justice, that the accused or the perpetrators are still at large and the government has not done justice or enough is what they're saying. Let me try getting few voices. So what is your protest about today and what is your demand?
Here, one of our colleague, she was in a West Bengal medical college. There, a very bad incident had happened, I think 4 days ago, and the justice has not been served as of yet.
ये जो हत्याकांड है, ये निर्भया के बाद का अपने भारतीय इतिहास का बहुत बड़ा हत्याकांड है. मतलब ये शर्मसार कर देने वाली घटना है. हमारी मांगे ऐसी है कि हमारे बहन, हमारी भारत की बेटी के साथ जो एक अन्याय हुआ है, उसको कहीं तो भी न्याय मिले.
Amidst the turmoil, the Indian Medical Association has escalated its call for a central law to shield doctors from violence. The IMA has urged Union Health Minister JP Nadda to enact strict measures, including declaring hospitals as safe zones. With Rajesh Saha, Anirban Roy and Suryagni in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today. Bengal politics, viewer, is dominated, as you know, by a fiercely outspoken Mahila brigade, never reluctant to flaunt its feminist feathers, led by a fearless woman leader like Mamata Banerjee, who exudes woman power, constantly speaking out on crimes against women, angrily demanding justice for rape victims. In every other part of India, except Bengal. The latest example of this truly depressing duplicity by one of the most articulate and visible faces of Mahila Shakti is this horrifying rape and murder of a young lady doctor in Kolkata's RG Kar College and Hospital. On the face of it, this powerful Mahila brigade, always the toast of media, social media, and the admiration of our civil society commentariat, deserves the applause it gets for putting the spotlight on horrifying crimes against women in different parts of the country, using their parliamentary and other pedestals to call national attention to the truly shocking state of women's safety in this country of ours. But when it comes to crimes against women in Bengal, suddenly all that fire becomes smoke. All that boiling lava of righteousness simply evaporates. Sometimes it's so subtle that you miss it. For instance, when a horrifying rape happens in Uttar Pradesh, ruled by the BJP's Yogi Adityanath, this Bengal Mahila Brigade goes into a thunderous dance of rage, very much appropriate and very much needed in such cases, I always say. They correctly pour their anger and scorn on the BJP and the UP state government and demand answers as we do, as decent and empowered political voices would do. But in the case of the Kolkata doctors' rape and murder, suddenly this Mahila brigade is desperate to zoom out of Bengal, quickly dilute the horrors and issue platitudes like rapes are a social evil and they happen everywhere in the country, and that it is wrong to cherry pick one rape because that is a disservice to all victims. This same Mahila brigade, and you know who I'm talking about, along with a powerful ecosystem of cheerleaders that mindlessly applauds its every move, correctly demands the resignation of Yogi and leaders in positions of authority when rapes happen in those states like UP. But they shrink kitten-like into silly, vacuous generalities about how women aren't safe anywhere in this country when faced with a horrifying crime in their own state of Bengal. As I've said more than once on this show, this duplicity isn't the preserve of this Bengal Mahila Brigade. All parties indulge in this two-faced treatment of rape crimes at some level or the other. I've even called it repeatedly, my rape versus your rape. But the reason why this dishonesty of this band of women power commandos is of a higher level in Bengal is precisely because this Mahila Morcha in Bengal has made Mahila Shakti their highest calling card. They've fashioned themselves on feminism and carved their public identities from the idea that they represent the Shakti of that most beloved of deities in Bengal, Ma Durga herself. This Mahila Brigade, which never fails to bask in the glory of Ma Durga in the hope that it burnishes the ferocity of their feminism, should at least know this. In Ma Durga's world, there would be no place for duplicity over crimes against women.